and these are a bunch of members from my group. And actually 2 guys from my group said they noticed that the hairdresser there that was cutting the hair for all these people, he was really good and he could do some really neat detailing. So these guys were just like, man, I'll get a haircut. His haircut was so neat. And this is me and Jacqueline. We did a song for the church one night. It was Garden by Need to Breathe. And that was actually a very important part of our ministry. We did a lot of music, and it was sort of like, we didn't really plan to do anything. We just sort of, when we got together as a group, we're just like, we analyzed all our skills and, you know, utilized them. And a lot of us were pretty good at music, so we're just like, why don't we do that? So we sort of taught the group a lot of worship songs that we had already known. And we did it for a lot of communities that we ministered to. Yes, my guitar came back in one piece, but strangely enough, I went to Tennessee the other day and I left it up there. And this is a group of kids playing soccer in the house, in the place that we were ministering to. And this is me. Like kite flying. Kite flying was a huge pastime in the house, especially on Sundays. They'd have hundreds of kites out in the air for some reason. And this crazy dude over here on the left, we convinced him to let me fly his kite, and he was teaching me how to do it. He's just like this. So I think he was kind of worried because I was getting kind of close to some power lines.
Yep.
And this is one of the services at the church, and the services were just so powerful to me. Like, just seeing this community that were so involved with the church, and they're just singing praise and worship songs, and I felt just at home, even though I was so out of my comfort zone. And we actually did a lot of drama ministry there also. We did two different skits, and this is a picture of one of our skits. After that night, we went to McDonald's. So it was really neat seeing Brazilian McDonald's. It was a little bit different than American McDonald's. These 2 guys beside me are 2 of the youth that were there at the church. They're really neat guys. That is Patrick, and we actually rolled up to the church expecting to see a bunch of Brazilians there that couldn't really talk to us. And I walked up to this guy and I'm like, this guy looks American. I'm like, hey, what's your name? And he's just like, I'm Patrick. I was like, really? And he was from Knoxville, Tennessee. He had been planting churches in Brazil for a long time. And it was his dream to build a boat. He actually came back to the States a little while ago to start construction on his boat. And he was a very skilled construction worker, and he wants to build a boat that can carry supplies into the interior of the Amazon and build churches. I don't know if you can see, but these 2 people in the middle here, the guy on the right, he was a 17-year-old boy that one of the teams met out on the streets one day. And as you can see, he's wearing a little cross necklace there. And one of the guys from our team was just like, hey, I see you wearing a cross necklace, what does that mean to you? She's like, well, it looks pretty, stuff like that. And we're like, really? But we were able to share, Jesus Christ with him, and he had never heard it before. And so we invited him to our service, and he brought his girlfriend along with him. And the group that had found him out on the streets just felt led to take him outside and just talk to him and explain salvation to him that night. And he actually got saved, and they're incredibly joyful that they had accepted Christ, and everybody was in tears. It was just a beautiful sight. And the next day we got to basically be tourists and go and sightsee in Manaus. And this was the Opera House in Manaus. They have a huge, beautiful opera house in Manaus. And also that day we went to the supermarket, and this was our cart. If you want to know what's good in Brzil, then you just have to look inside the shopping cart. We got coffee, chocolate, and this stuff, Bar was a sort of like a soda. And they have it's called Guaraná. They have different types of it in Brazil, but this specific type was actually only made in Manaus, and you could only get it in Manaus. We drank so much of it, we loved it. It kind of tastes like cream soda. And this is me and Brandon, very tired, on our plane flight back to the States. So I'm going to just close out here in prayer, and I have the kabasa here and some currency that you can look at if you want to. And if you would like to hear some more personal stories about the trip, I will be up here if you want to ask questions for me. So let's pray.